Welcome back to Young Trip Reactions. The next video we're gonna do is Officer Down 1033. My homie, Banky Pound. Let's go, let's get it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. Let's go, let's get it. Banky Pound. Banky special, y'all. Banky, 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 Banky.
My name is Banky. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because
Special, y'all.
You know, and I'm rich in love.
My family loves Banky.
That's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody on Trippin' Banky Pound, man. We appreciate the love and support.
I appreciate the support, man. Big love, man. TBP Nation, stand up. Man, we out here. We pushing positive energy all the way down the line. Big love to everybody who support this movement, everybody who support this platform from day one to yesterday, man. You all are appreciated. Big love to all my subscribers, all my membership subscribers. Love is love, man. I appreciate all of y'all. Man, this is a crazy story right here. It's funny, but it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? And at the end, it won't so funny. You know what I'm saying? At least not for us.
Advertise what y'all want.
But you got these COs in the penitentiary, man. They carry these radios, right? The radio is what they use to communicate with each other. The radio is what they use to call for help, to call for backup, right? They keep this radio on their hip all the time, but you see a lot of COs, they be walking around and they got the radio in their hand. You know what I'm saying? They get to kicking it and talking with you. You can hear the radio on. They have it at a certain, you know, because they got to have it on, have it at a certain frequency. So if something happens, they all got to report to, you know what I'm saying, where something going down, especially like if it's a 1033 or something like that. That's a fight. Well, that's what it used to be. They probably changed the codes up. But it was a 1033 meaning a fight. But they can call a 1033 and they can say officer down. If they say officer down, every officer on the compound is supposed to report to that area. Every one of them. You know what I'm saying? No matter what they doing, if they ain't in the bubble, if they ain't in the booth, they're supposed to report to that area. Because, you know, like I say, it ain't just a regular dude now probably losing his life. You know, when they're going to be walking and taking their time, and some of them so out of shape, they barely moving, man. I done seen 1033s they call, and you see officers walking, man, or they'll try to act like they trying their job. You know what I'm saying? It'd be crazy because your life don't mean that much to them, you know, obviously. But if they call it...
Because, and that's just sad, because your job is to protect the inmates and your other coworkers. See, that's why I say if I was able to do this job, I would have been able to, protect me, my staff, and the inmates. Just so unfortunate with my situation, not being able to do this job like I wanted to. Let's continue.
1033 officer down, something like that, man, you will see the whole compound leave. If they in the kitchen, they gonna leave the kitchen. If they in the administration building, they leave in the administration building. They in your pod, they stop what they doing and they go. Why? Because they all want the same response if something happening to them. So they do that. They show that type of solidarity, right? So mind you, like I said, they gotta be, on this, walkie-talkie joint. So you always have an entryway officer, like on Greensville, you got an entryway officer. I think Nodaway, a couple of other institutes, they got entryway officers. That means when you going in and out of the building, it's usually the officer that's placed right there. And sometimes he'll be on the inside, in the salad port or whatnot. So they got 2 trash cans in the salad port, one on one side, one on the other side. These big trash cans where you push, you know how you push through the gray ones, you push through and drop some in there. But a lot of times they'll sit right there and be taking breaks, right? So this one particular time, this officer, he was sitting right there. He must be taking a break, and he talking and he kicking it or whatever with inmates or whoever he talking to. And then he left to go to lunch. But when he leave to go to lunch, he left the walkie-talkie right there on the trash can.
Oh yeah, he should have never. You should never do that. Oh no, he done left the radio, the walkie-talkie on the top of the trash can. Let's continue.
Right? Now he gone, he went to lunch. So eventually some dudes come in, and as they coming in, they heard the noise and look over there and see the walkie-talkie. Right? Y'all know what it's going, don't you? So one of the members say, "Oh, I'm gonna get that." So he go over there, grab the walkie-talkie, hide the walkie-talkie, go on in the block. You know what I'm saying? They go to the cell. He get in the cell. They mess with the walkie-talkie, listening to all of the things that these people is saying on the walkie-talkie, right? So then the other joker tell him, "Man, say something on the jump. Say something on the jump." So man, he like, "No, no, no." So they in there playing around. So then the dude say, "Man, get here." So he get to the other dude. Other dude take the jump. And like say for instance, we in building 7. So you got building 7, you got building 8, you got building 9, right? So we in building 7. So he gets on the walkie-talkie and push the button and say, 1033, officer down, building 9.
He didn't call the 1033 officer down and calling building numbers. This is crazy. 1033 officer down, building 9. Let's continue.
Building 9, 100 block. Hey, listen, man. If you look out that window and you see the officers is going, they going from out everywhere. If you look out the window, you see officers running from every building going to a 9 building 100 block because they said 1033. Right on the radio, man, they up in the cell laughing and giggling, man. So as you see all the officers going down there, I'm talking about from everywhere. So this give a lot of leeway to all the blocks, man, because you ain't gonna have no officer in there nothing except for the one that's in the booth. So boom. While he in there doing that and all of them running there and there, he wait about 5 minutes as you can see him pounding there and pounding there and they going to see what's going on. He get back on the jump. 1033, officer down in the kitchen.
Officer down in the kitchen, 1033. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all. I seen a little bit of this already. Not all of it though. Let's continue.
Down in the kitchen. They going crazy. Officer down in the kitchen. Man, you see these people zigzagging, man. And you see them on the boulevard down to which way to go. Man, it is crazy in that joint. It's crazy. And then you hear an officer come on the joint, and it's like a lieutenant or something. He said, "Who radio is this? Who radio is this coming from?"
This is where I stopped at, y'all. Right here. So from here on out, it's going to be all my actual reaction live. Let's continue.
Officer report, who radio? Go back on there. 1033, they got it in the Saturday Point 8 building, they got it in the Saturday Point.
They got them running everywhere. 1033, 9 building in the salad bar. Let's continue.
These police going crazy, man. So then the watchman will come on the radio. He say, "Somebody got the radio. Inmate got the radio. Inmate got the radio." But they don't know what to do because if they don't listen to this and somebody getting hurt, it's on them. Who's missing the radio? Who is missing the radio? Every officer report on the radio. Call out your number, your radio number. They trying to figure out what's going on. So now the jokers is panicking in there because they know, man, if you get caught with this, man, I don't know. I'm just being honest. I don't know what they're going to do to you. You know what I'm saying? But I can guarantee.
Heck no, they probably gonna whip you out and throw you in the hole, beat you down, and all types of stuff. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Let's continue.
It ain't gonna be nothing you want done to you.
Employers don't hire
Advertisement,
diplomas.
y'all.
They hire skills. At WGU School of Technology.
Be nothing you want done to you. He say, lock down everybody, lock down the building, lock down the building, lock down the building. So now jokers is scared because they got to try to get rid of the radio. So dudes is moving around and the booth officer hollering, everybody lock up, everybody lock up. So dude, he go down there, put the joint in a bag, go down there and drop the joint in the part trash can. You know what I'm saying? Take it apart, drop it in the part trash can, and leave, go to set, everybody locked up.
He put the mug in the trash, y'all. He put the radio in the trash can. This is crazy. Let's continue.
So you can hear these people, man, going crazy. They coming in the block, man. They going every block. They done locked down the whole compound. They going every block. They walking around looking at every cell, and they talking on the radio trying to get a sound back from the radio. You know what I'm saying? But the radio been took apart and the radio is down there in the trash can, man. Man, this joke created total chaos, man. We stayed locked down, man. Them people is moving around. They done come in and out the block. 6, 7 officers. They looking at every cell. Man, they walking around. Then they talking about they gonna do a shakedown on the whole compound. So, man, that whole little prank got the whole compound locked down. Got all of us on nervous purpose now. So you know you got dudes that's super duper mad because you got dudes that got drugs, dudes got the Bethlehem, dudes got a whole lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And here it is, somebody played on with the.
Basically, what Banky is talking about, like people had the sword of justice. People had, you know, all time, and as I like to call it, or Al Green, other, other, illegal narcotics, wine, you name it. And now all of a sudden they talking about they gonna shake the whole thing down, and now people are mad because they may get busted. Let's continue. All because somebody then took somebody's radio playing.
Radio, and they missing that radio, and they not gonna stop until they find that radio. You can lay flat and believe that they got to have that radio because it's a security risk. It's a breach of security, right? So, man, we stay on lock the rest of the day, man. You already know when we stand on lock, we ain't coming up because they come around and they ask you what type of tray you eat. What do you eat, regular tray or veggie tray? When they start coming doing that, you down for the count. You ain't finna come up in a minute. So, man, we locked down, the whole compound locked down, and they threatening, telling me they get ready to come shake down. Everybody trying to holler at the floor officers, man, what's going on, man? Why we locked, man? Y'all know why we locked down. Somebody got a radio. They don't know where the radio at, man. People playing on the radio, right? So it's crazy, man. It's just mad chaos. You can hear dudes in the cell hollering, screaming, man, y'all so stupid, man. That joint stupid, man. Hey, man, that's crazy, man. Whoever did that, man, is that's a B, man. I mean, real talk, man. You need to split your head open. You know the ones that hollering the most is the ones that really got something that they stand to lose. You know what I'm saying? And then you got dudes that's waiting on the weekend. They trying to get high. They can't get high because we on lock. You got dudes that had some plays coming through the visiting room trying to get some. They can't do that. It's something small, and it was meant to be as a prank, a joke. You know what I'm saying? Youngins couldn't resist it. But it messed up a lot of stuff for a lot of people. So you got dudes that's mad. So now you got dudes in our block where the stuff happened at. So you know you got some dudes in there who really know who did it. And them dudes feeling a certain type of way. And they hollering out things out the door. They ain't calling, putting no name on it because that'd be dry snitching. But they know who it's meant for. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, man. Joker need to make, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So now they nervous, pervy. They don't know if they got action when these doors open. We don't know when the doors gonna open. So it's just a ball of confusion, man. And bro, we stayed locked down for 4 days. Oh,
They was locked down for almost a week. 4 days, basically a week. Because somebody was playing on the radio, calling 1033's officer down. Dang, that's crazy. Yo, had those officers zigzagging left and right, back and forth, up and down, everything. Wow, let's continue.
days before they got around to our block and started shaking our block down. And when they go down there in that trash can and they find that radio, that was the ball game. So now they know somebody in our block did it, right? You got an officer who claiming he can't find his radio. That's what made him come over there. Because first, I guess he was trying to buck on them and not tell that his radio missing. You know what I'm saying? Or he ain't check a radio out or something. But they figured out that it's his radio. And he had to do it. So then they go double back, look at the cameras, go to the Sally port, and they see who took that radio. You know what I'm saying? They came and got all three of them jokers and locked them up. Ain't now one of them claiming that they exactly had it, but they got it on camera. So
Oh man, because it's on camera now. They didn't figure out exactly who did it. They didn't locked all three of them up. Basically, send them all to jail. Because like I've said before, there's jail in jail called the Hole, solitary confinement, and took them there and locked all of them up in there. That's crazy, because they was playing on the radio calling 1033's officer down. Wow. Let's continue.
dude, the CO who radio it was, he ain't get fired, but he got suspended. He was gone for a minute. I don't. They say he came back.
He was suspended. The officer, the radio that it was, he got suspended for a while. That's crazy, yo. Because they left their radio in the kitchen on top of the trash can, and one of the inmates took it, went back to their cell, went to tell they celly, and they in the cell playing with the radio, calling 1033's officer down. Had those officers zigzagging all over the place. And then you suspend the officer and send them to solitary confinement, as in the three inmates involved. That's crazy, yo. Let's continue.
After a couple of weeks, but they put him on the other side of the yard, so we ain't even never see him no more. They gave him a whole new location, changed his address. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised he didn't get fired. You know what I'm saying? Because I have known of COs to do that before, like leave it on the yard or left it so, and they got fired. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He might have had a good rapport with them, or he might have just been there long enough where he got seniority. They gave him a break or whatever. But man, they crucified us, man. Even when we stayed out there, they found like on the fourth day, they let the rest of the compound up. Like the next day, on the fifth day, man, we stayed locked down for about 9 days, man. 9.
Oh, they kept his building locked down for 9 days because his building was the initiator, and they let everybody else out in 5 days. Oh man, let's continue.
Days in our block, so you know dudes in there was mad. Them dudes that got moved out, I think if they wouldn't have got moved out, they would have had some action when them doors open. They'd have had some action with them doors open, man, because you had dudes in that part, that block that I was in particular, they was shaking and baking, getting money. You know what I'm saying? Doing this and doing that. But that put a whole block on their whole, you know what I'm saying, operation. Because we can't do nothing, we can't move. You know what I'm saying? We can't move at all, man. And then they turned around and came and shook all our cells down. So dudes will probably had to flush stuff. Dudes will probably had to get rid of stuff. Dudes probably.
Oh man, they did come and shake the whole pod down anyway after they figured out that it was their pod, and people had to, get rid of everything they had that they wasn't supposed to have, flushing stuff, doing whatever they had to do to get rid of it. Oh man, yeah, if they would have came back in there, oh yeah, they would have pounded them out. The sword of justice would have been used. Let's continue.
And get rid of the Bethlehem if they ain't have a solid hiding place. So, like I say, things like this, man, they gonna push back just to show an example that it's gonna be
And Banky saying Bethlehem is the same thing as like a sword of justice. just so people know what Banky's talking about. Let's continue.
Dire consequences. Dire consequences if you do something like this. When in actuality, it ain't. I mean, it all depends on how you look at it. It really wasn't our fault. It was the officer fault. Okay, if you know what I'm saying, that's just like saying you leave a key out there to the gate and you expect there ain't no inmate or no convict gonna pick it up and try to get out the gate. Man, come on, man, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? But yeah, man, that was a crazy, crazy scene right there, man. To see them officers running back and forth, and you seeing officers just moving faster than you ever seen them move on a 1033 for a convict. They ain't fighting at that, man. You could be in there getting slayed, hit up, and they walking. Trying to act like they walking fast, but they ain't running.
Right. When a convict could be getting that sword of justice put through him by another convict, and they'll, like Banky said, be walking. And when it comes to another officer, they'll be running. And like I said, if I was able to do that job like I wanted to do, I would not be like that. You know, I'm there to, because I want you to be better. I want you to eventually be able to redeem yourself if I believe that you have it in you to redeem yourself, and to, be respectful even if I don't believe that you can redeem yourself. You know, as long as you respecting me, I ain't gonna disrespect you. That would be my motto if I was able to like to do the job and whatnot. But if you tick me off, well, I'm gonna be that officer you ain't gonna like for that moment. That's just, it is what it is. Let's continue.
When they call them 1030, man, them people was running everywhere. They ain't know where to go and do shit. Hands in the kitchen. Oh, you got somebody that ain't built. They like,
Does your internet bill keep getting
Advertising
higher?
only.
That's because typical internet deals are full.
man, what's going on up in this piece? What's going on? They just figured out, man, somebody got the radio. An inmate has the radio. But if you disregard one of them calls and it's real, there's a whole lot of people going on the street. There's a whole lot of people gonna get fired. If something happened to one of them officers and they did not respond, there's a whole lot of people gonna get fired. When that stuff go back to Richmond, and did I think about it now, they probably ain't even let Richmond know. That's probably why dude ain't get fired, because if they probably would have let Richmond know, he probably would have mandatory that he get fired. I think they didn't let Richmond know because a lot of other people would have got fired. A lot of other people would have got fired. Even the people who ain't lose the radio, they would have got fired some type of way, because when I was on Wallace Ridge and they found a dude dead and set, everybody on that shift got fired. Everybody who worked that shift got fired because they said, won't no way y'all was not supposed to know this, because the dude was dead for a couple of days. It won't no way y'all was not supposed to know.
For days? That's crazy. Banky should tell that story. That is crazy. If he hasn't already, maybe I'll have to find that. That is crazy. Let's continue.
Everybody who worked those shifts on the days of how many days they say dude had passed away, everybody got it.
I wish y'all could see the look on my face after hearing him just say that. They found an inmate and just left him there, and he was unalived, and left him there for days. If you could just see the look on my face right now, as a person who wanted to be a homicide detective and be and be a police officer, that is crazy to know police officers left somebody unalived in their cell for days. There's no way you didn't know that. The smell and everything. That is crazy. Let's continue.
You understand me? So, yeah, man, they try to keep those type of things away from the administration so they don't show that they incompetent on that compound. You know what I'm saying? And also so that warden, because his neck going to be on the line first. For any type of stuff like that, the warden and the major, who is the head of security, they going to be the ones who neck on the line first. Either they're going to get demoted or they're going to get moved to another institution. But the officers that's responsible for those type of things, they going up over there. They usually going up off. They the cannon fodder. They get fired. You out of here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can remember that joint though, man. That was wild, man. It was funny for a minute until we started being on that lock all that time, which it didn't really matter to me because, like I say, I'm always at commissary. I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? If somebody owe me, I'm gonna get it when the door's open. I ain't really, only thing that probably affected me was getting on that phone or going to the visiting room. You know what I'm saying? Which is always gonna be there when the door's open. But other people who had other things going on, man, threw their whole program off, man. Them dudes was blood mad about it, man. But yeah, man, they left that radio up there, man, and you can't do that in the pit. And I know dudes, the officers that dropped a lot of stuff, man, going in and out of their pocket and dropped their wedding rings and dropped their car keys, all that. It's gone. Dropped their watch, it's gone. I told y'all one time, the sergeant that was cool with me, he lost his watch. It was sentimental to me, man, and I had to, you know what I'm saying, shoot my little shot to dudes, man, to try to get the joint back, because it really wasn't worth no money, but it was worth a lot to him because he was sentimental. And he was one of the few real good officers that I knew, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to help him get that joint back, man. But he had to give him a little something, though, but I got it back for him. But yeah, they lose a lot of stuff, man. Usually when they lose it, it's gone, man. If it hit that flow and a convict or inmate find it, oh, you can forget that. You could forget. That's why they don't allow them to bring phones. The officers can't bring their personal phones on the compound. They can't. The only person that's gonna have a phone on that compound is gonna be either the major or the unit manager or the warden. Them the only ones that have a phone on their compound. Anybody under those ranks, they cannot have no phone on their compound, because if they lose their phone, you already know what time it is. You already, you got some professional hackers in there. They'll be all up in that joint.
They're gonna be in every cell until they find it. Let's continue. They're gonna rip the cells apart, beat them down just to find that phone. Let's continue.
And see some stuff and know some stuff that they're not supposed to see or know. But yeah, man. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. Just let y'all know all types of things be going on in the penitentiary, man. Probably things that y'all never even thought to do, but they be going on in the penitentiary, man. We just in another world, man, trapped off from the real world, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Talk to me. I talk back. Big love. TBP Nation, stand up, man. We out here. We is out here, and we ain't going nowhere, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man, and duck them hooks, man, because they out there too. You heard me? Yeah.
My homie Banky Pound. Banky special, y'all. Banky.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm going to have something because I'm rich in personality. You know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Man, that is crazy. 1033 officer down. Yeah, he should not have left his radio in there. And, you know, should have made sure that he had his radio, you know, and took it with him when he went on break. That was crazy. They had those officers running left, right, back, forward, right, left, side to side, back, forward. They was doing the Cupid shuffle. Let me know what y'all think, though. You know, this was just a little funny little video. This ain't, you know, it's a breach of security. You know, but it, you know, it's also a bit funny. You know, as a person who, you know, wanted to be a police officer, obviously it wouldn't be funny for me if I was there. But you know, but it is a, you know, a little funny little thing, just to, you know, hear about. But let me know what y'all think. I think, you know, it was a breach of security, and you know, he did get suspended. He did get disciplined. I think that definitely should have happened, and so he did. And you know, I think that's it, because, you know, this wasn't really one of those videos. I'll have the video pinned at the top of the chat, linking back to Banky, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Not really much to say about this one. Peace.